The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Let's go now.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. The offense has to look back because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
These two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife.
On 2nd and 10, Smith
checks this one down to Robinson.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And they call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Throwing Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive.
They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Colin Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job right there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, their goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster. Dropped incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
To throw is Smith. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
With it is Jackson. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Gino on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that earns them a fresh set of downs. Off of play action, here's Smith. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 39 yards there, a big one.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Robinson. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 24 yards to gain there, another 1st down as well. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A carry for Foreman, and he'll be taken down at the 34. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and looking next on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Fields it right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. On 1st down, it's Smith. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That one caught by Gibson.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, Smith. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half.
The kick by Bass is good,
and that'll bring them back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've
message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run with Foreman. And he's got it across the midfield, stripe it into Washington territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done. And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Here we go.
Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defensive coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Geno now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Maybe a little over anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield. Almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Meanwhile, Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, it's Foreman. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. On third down, Crocker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Steps away. And that is incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. Coverage has been awfully tight. They get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Smith on first down.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
And fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
But that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And New York set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
This one complete to Scott Miller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Jones will sneak it, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Foreman. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Second and 11. Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to perhaps salt this one away. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one could be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.